Hey y'all. So it seems like you guys really liked my stories of Korean old men. So I have decided to give you stories of other things too, I guess. I think my Korean old men stories are probably the best, but I'd like to go through the other ages and genders as well before I go back to my other Korean old men stories. You know, keep you waiting in anticipation. You know, to build it so that it's super sweet when we finally get there, just for you. So this one's going to be my stories of old Korean women. They're called ajumas, right? Ajushi, old man. Ajuma, older woman. And by old, I don't mean old. I mean like 50, sometimes above. If you get much older, then you get into the Haimoni kind of category, which is like grandmother. So this is just like ajumas. So when I first came here, I very, very quickly realized that ajumas are kind of in a world of their own. And I'm pretty sure every foreigner kind of comes to this realization pretty quickly. Ajumas are kind of badass. And I mean that literally and figuratively. I've seen ajumas like hiking up mountains while drinking soju with like a huge pack on their back in the middle of Korean summer for fun. Which just like blows my mind. Like I go on, multiple hour walks almost every day, but I usually do it once the sun goes down, and these women are drunk off their asses, just going up the hill like it's no big deal. So that's really, really interesting, and I give them complete and utter kudos for that. Also, you will learn very, very quickly that if an ajumma wants to be somewhere and you are standing between said ajumma and her destination, she will plow you over. Like, we're talking linebacker, like, use your shoulders and your elbows if you have to, like, sorry foreigner, but I really just don't care, kind of attitude. And it's not like, oh, I hate foreigners or anything. Like, they'll do it to Koreans too. Like, if an ajumma wants to be somewhere, do not get in her way. Just don't do it. Because even though, like, most ajummas are actually much shorter than me, in fact, probably shorter than the current generation, they will plow you over. It doesn't matter how tall they are. Like, they are just little pint-sized linebackers, which makes them just even more awesome. But as far as how ajummas actually treat me specifically, there are two reactions I get, almost exclusively. The first one is fun. That's the ajummas who are not particularly fond of foreigners, especially if I'm walking with a Korean man. I get the like glare of death, which is actually really impressive. I'm not intimidated by it, but if I was a lesser being, it's pretty hard to ignore. And they'll basically just sit there and they look at you. They squint their eyes, maybe raise an eyebrow. Yeah. Picture that, like, for 20 minutes on the subway. Maybe more. So needless to say, I'm not particularly fond of those ajummas. Like I said, I'm not scared of them necessarily, but it's not a pleasant experience to get glared at like that. But I would say that they are more rare than the second reaction. The second reaction is much more common for me. And it's like the sweet ajummas who are really, really kind, especially if I try to use any kind of Korean. They're so, so sweet to me. And usually it's something like, I love this, something like, when they first see me, oh, 예쁘다! 예쁘다! So it's, look up, see 178 centimeter tall foreign, like, blonde girl with green eyes. Realization and surprise on their face first. Then, whoa, which is like the Korean way of saying whoa. Followed very quickly by 예쁘다, which is like pretty. Or they'll say model, which is ridiculous because I'm not even remotely a model. But they you know, they're very, very quick to compliment you. And it's wonderful. Like, living in Korea as a foreigner, it's very easy to get a big head because people will compliment you so quickly. They're so good about that, actually, that, like, I had to learn how to take... I mean, I already kind of knew how to take compliments, but I had to really, really, like, up my game on how to receive compliments and also give them, because Korea is so quick to compliment you. Oh, that shirt looks amazing on you. Oh, you're so pretty. Oh, you're so tall. Oh, you're da 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 da. You're so smart. You're like so funny. All those things. Like, the Koreans are so sweet about complimenting people, and that's what I usually get from ajumas. They're just really kind, really sweet. Especially if I speak Korean, they try to humor me, which is really kind of them because I'm sure my accent is all kinds of terrible, like the Korean equivalent of a "Hey y'all, what's it going?" Like hick accent, no doubt. And they're very kind and forgiving. So yeah, that's my ajuma. That's how ajumas react to me. I think maybe next time I'll do how children react to me, or maybe middle schoolers or boys. I don't know. But yeah, that's it for now. See you guys later. 안녕히 계세요.